DJM TV.
Stop vaccination halfway. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. This is DJM TV Daily News Update, your one-stop channel for all your news happening in Nigeria and all around the world. Please, if you are new here, do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Now to the news. The federal government of Nigeria has directed states in the country to stop vaccination halfway. This directive came through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agencies to all the states to suspend their vaccination immediately they reach half of the dosage delivered to them. That is to say, if a state, for example, was giving 200,000 doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, immediately the state uses 100,000 doses of that vaccine, they are to stop administering the vaccine so as to enable those who took the first 100,000 doses to take their second dose from the next 100,000 doses. Wondering why the government asked the state to stop vaccination halfway? Well, here's the answer. The move came as a result of a possible delay in the supply of the next batch of the AstraZeneca vaccine because the availability of the vaccine for the second jab for those who took the first one may not be feasible. So as such, the government wants everyone who was taking the first jab of the vaccine to take the second jab of the vaccine to complete their dosage. The shortage of the AstraZeneca vaccine in the international market is caused by a high demand by the European Union and a new policy by the manufacturer country, which is India, for the vaccine. India has said that it wants to give more attention to its over 1.2 billion citizens so as to ensure that the 1.2 billion citizens they have in India get both their first and second jab of the vaccine. Confirming the order given by the federal government to stop the vaccination halfway, the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Olorunniyi Mamora, she said, on the issue of stopping at half doses, we thought this is what wisdom dictates, because in a situation where we seem to be in short supply, it stands to good reason to ensure that those who have had their first dose should be given the opportunity of having the second dose. Furthermore, it is better to have a pool of people who have received full vaccination rather than just do it halfway for everybody, which I think would not be the best in this circumstance, and you're not really covered if you have not had your full dosage. Now, when asked about the time Nigerians should be expecting to receive more vaccine, the Minister of Health State said he was, however, not sure that Nigeria would be getting the next dosage of the vaccine real quick. He said, however, Nigeria was already having talks with other parties about producing the new vaccine, Sputnik V vaccine from Russia. We would recall that the COVAX facility gave Nigeria 3.92 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine. And as it stands, India produces this vaccine and they're having a shortage of the vaccine right now. And they've said upon production, they would want to ensure that all of their citizens take it first and they're fully vaccinated before selling out to other countries. Let's not also forget that there have been widely reported cases of reactions to this AstraZeneca vaccine, which have made many countries to suspend the use of this particular vaccine. The minister says actually this is really a big challenge, but we are not hopeless as a country. Nigeria is not only relying on the COVAX facility for this vaccine. There is also the AVAT and the regional facility, which is the African Vaccine Acquisition Task Force, and says Nigeria is definitely looking forward to AVAT to help increase the initial allocation in the circumstances with what is happening vis-a-vis production and supply from India. Now, it says both COVAX and ADVAT are multilateral facilitators, but we also have bilateral negotiation. For example, the Sputnik V is bilateral in the sense that it is the government to government. Sputnik is Russian, and as soon as we have the dossier and approval from NAFDAC, then we will consider this particular vaccine. Dr. Mamora stated that the federal government might have to increase its budget for vaccine since AstraZeneca vaccine, which is the cheapest in the market, is readily not available. He also said one of the reasons we settled for AstraZeneca is not just because it is cheap, but it is as good as the others and they're giving it out at cost value. The challenge now is that the initial element in terms of cost projection would have to increase because AstraZeneca is the cheapest. So we may have to reconsider our initial cost projection. This is the challenge that I see. Now, like I said earlier, the vaccine arrived in Nigeria. AstraZeneca vaccine arrived in Nigeria on the 2nd of March 2021. And by the second week of March, the government started the distribution of this vaccine to different states, except Kogi State, where the governor actually refused the vaccine because he said COVID-19 is actually not real, does not exist in Kogi State. What people have in Kogi State is more of malaria and not COVID-19 as is being said. Now, persons who want to take the AstraZeneca vaccine must take two doses at least 2 months apart. Ekiti, Bauchi, and Kwara State already have administered half of their vaccine supplies, and with the directive of the government, they have stopped the rollout of the vaccine. Now, the chairman of the Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agencies and Contact and Surveillance Subcommittee Chairman, Mr. Mohammed, stated that Bauchi was giving 89,570 doses of the vaccine, but they had to stop administering the vaccine immediately they received the letter from the federal government asking everyone to stop administering the vaccine halfway. Said actually they've covered 32,000 people, but they've not been able to upload the data to the national site because of network problem. He also stated that there is a shortage of the supply of the COVID-19 vaccine, and the executive director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Shaibu, has written to all states that we should suspend the vaccination program as soon as we get to have the capacity of the doses that were given to us. But he also stated that for pilgrims, those visiting the holy cities, because vaccination is now a requirement for visiting the holy cities, that they're reserving 340 doses for the Christian pilgrims because they are 170 in number from Bauchi State, and then they're reserving 8,000 doses for the Muslim pilgrims because they are 4,000 in numbers, because everyone has to be vaccinated a minimum of 2 months interval between the first and the second dose of the vaccine. He also added that they've only encountered 145 reactions due to the COVID-19 vaccine, and most of them, he said, are mild. Said except for a particular person who went to our vaccination post at Darazo, but unfortunately he was healed. So we told him that one of the conditions was that if you were sick, we will not be able to give you the vaccine. Said the next day the person passed on. Now, if we had allowed the person to be vaccinated, people would have said the person passed on because of the COVID-19 vaccine. Meanwhile, Benue State has also stopped their vaccination halfway, according to the directive of the federal government. Now, one thing is striking about this COVID-19 vaccine is that they said the AstraZeneca vaccine is the cheapest vaccine so far in the market. But when the 3.9 million doses of vaccine arrived Nigerians were told that the country got the vaccine for free. Now the government is saying it was the cheapest they could afford in the market, and that they would need to increase the budget for the vaccine. Now, so many Nigerians have come out to react to ask, so really, I thought you said the vaccine, you got it for the country for free. Now, why are we making a higher budget for the Sputnik V vaccine coming from Russia? These are many questions are on the lips of Nigerians, and they're trusting that the federal government will come out with answers to them. Well, this is why we come to the end of our daily news update on DJM TV. Do not forget to like and to share this video. Also, do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out our website at www.djmtv.news, where we drop news updates 247. Also, do not forget that you can place your advert with us here at DJM TV. Well, to will come your way again with another edition of DJM TV Daily News Update. I remain Lawu Favor.
DJM TV. DJM TV.
Fulani people don't say no, they don't like us.
Welcome to DJM TV.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.
Some of the delegates and ask the question.
DJM TV. DJM